Well, we made it to episode 19 of the podcast. I have Grub Gun joining me as usual. The world is still in some chaotic disorder, and we're here to hang out again, though. How you doing?
Yep. I'm keeping on, I guess. Just doing what I don't know, just making the best of it, I guess.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm just kind of just sitting in, doing what they do, but it's kind of, for exercise and kind of going around. I'm missing the social aspect, but it seems like we're getting closer to opening up.
Yeah,
Maybe. Not
maybe.
like a light open, like, at least be able to get our nails and hairs done and stuff. But
The priorities need to be met. All the main.
I saw those memes like you guys are snowflakes that want to get your stuff done. But it's true. I am a gentle little snowflake. but yeah, okay, so we're stuck inside and all that. So I've been doing a lot of online shopping therapy. How about you?
Oh yeah, well of course. I mean, what else is there to do? I spend at least I spend the time of day the day that I spend on the computer, a third of it is looking for something to purchase.
Stupidest thing you've purchased so far, or most expensive?
Okay, well that's easy. I spent like $250 because I bought a boxed Menasor set and 5 more sealed Beast Hunter figures for my complete Beast Hunter set that I'm going for.
Yeah, no, I've had that on the podcast list too. We'll get into that.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get into that in depth, the whole thing about the Beast Wars. But that's amazing, man. I'm glad you're filling up that collection. And so the most expensive you said was the Menasor, though, hey?
Yeah, that was $160, I think. But I mean, when am I going to find that?
Colors, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's cool. The unreleased G2 colors.
Yeah, whatever. Like, I needed an excuse. I just wanted it, so
No, it looks good. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. I've been doing the same. Like, I'm always cruising that stuff, but since we're stuck in, you're like on it a lot more,
Yeah, no kidding.
And just going through, did you buy anything else besides like figures online? Or?
Well, I mean, as usual, I buy all my my vitamins and stuff, and so that's fun. Even still, getting them brought to your door is great. I broke my coffee pour over set, the glass carafe today, so I reordered that. I reordered a metal one, and it's bigger, so now it's metal. I can't break it. So you see, look at it. Wow. It's just, and that happened. It broke, and like within 10 minutes, I had a new one ordered and coming. It'll be here on Monday, so I'm really excited.
Nice. Yeah, I bought something stupid. I went for it's a Transformers related thing, and it was Japanese and expensive, but it wasn't. It's a Minerva. She's like a character in Super God Master Force. It's the thing that's after Headmasters in the Japanese original continuity of the show, like the Japanese stuff, right? Like the stuff we didn't get. That's G1, like Headmasters that you've watched. Then there's Master Force, and then there's Victory or whatever. And this is what I bought. This Minerva. I've wanted it for so long. I just sent it to you on Facebook. It's like you're gonna be like, what? You bought that? But I've wanted it for so long. And
wait, but you didn't buy this one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I was gonna buy that or the $500 dinosaur lizard, and my mom was like, "Just go for the doll."
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not crazy at all.
Yeah, so I put that up there. That's not to flex or anything or being stupid. It's only like whatever. But I wanted it for so long, and I, had a little extra money and stuff, and I've been so bored, and I just pulled the trigger. I was like, you know what? The government's paying for half of this figure, then.
Right.
And like I said, I'm just like, got that itch, man. I want to get into collecting some of that weird, obscure Victory and Japanese stuff. But piece it once in a while. Like I also ordered like that G1 Snapdragon recently. I'm waiting. That just arrived like at my mom's place because that's where my mail goes. And like so, she said a package is there, so it's probably that. So I know. I did my share part too, and kind of ordering a couple crazy items.
Yeah, I don't think the crazy doesn't even apply to that at this
I
point. Like
know.
that is off the chain crazy level. Like
I
I mean,
know. I feel like some people I know when I post it, they'll be like, "What?"
no, I mean me spending $250 I thought was like excessive, but
Mhm.
you know, never mind.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Like I said, I have. Yeah, like some of that G1 stuff is expensive, especially that Japanese stuff. And like I said, I've looked at this stupid little Minerva. She was in, like I said, she forms the head that turns into like Minerva the Transformer or whatever. And yeah, there's the car you can get with her, like the G1. They only have like one opened, I think, and then they have one sealed on eBay, and it's like $2,300 for the sealed like Minerva car mode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I know showing my mom that she's just like, oh no. Yeah, I'll just show it to you quickly. But yeah, so you could go down the rabbit hole with this stuff, collecting like online, but
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that you know I've had a lot of restraint in
yeah.
not buying stuff. So I mean, like I've got things coming in the mail, and so I'm as long as that's happening, I'm more or less satisfied that I'm
Hmm.
doing the right thing. I'm
Hmm.
yeah. This is
Yeah, but this Transformers Master Force Minerva is $2,000 US, so that's pretty insane.
yeah. No, that's insane.
That's the piece I got to go next to go with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wait on that one, but yeah, I know. So yeah, it's got us stuck in. I mean, we've done the coronavirus talk. We've taken our little, kind of perspective on it. We're still living it. So maybe check out that video if you wanted to hear a little bit more on our opinion. Otherwise, we'll probably get into some Transformers news and some stuff like that this week. So.
Sounds good.
Yeah, for the Transformers news, talking about Transformers Earthrise Leader Class Doubledealer in-hand images now. So yeah, he turns into like a weird rocket ship base thing and also a crazy eagle bird.
Yeah.
So, and you said you're into him and you're not usually into Autobots as much, right?
Well, no, I mean that's the thing. I've limited my collecting to Decepticons just to save myself money. Of course, it hasn't worked, but I mean, like, yeah, no, this guy's really cool. That eagle form is something that, like, it's so weird that I just, yeah, I kind of
Mhm.
dig it. An eagle with a giant missile on its back. I mean,
I
come on.
know, I like it.
It just, it's so obscurely odd that, it would make good pictures. Plus his head sculpt is really nice. Like I really dig that figure for some reason. I'm
Yeah, I
really
like that. I like the colors. He's bulky, he's chunky. I like there's the G1 toy of him too that's really big and cool as well. So like I've always liked that one. So it's cool to see this generation's take on him.
Yeah, no, it's like that turquoise color really and purple, it really like it speaks to me and so on so many levels. Like I really dig it. I still like even looking at it now I'm thinking, should I open up the other screen, go onto that website and pre-order him because he looks really nice.
Yeah, and I had that. They have him there with Astro Train. He's a little bit taller than Astro Train. I have that Astro Train, so like that's a good size. I mean, it's not as big as the old leader class figures or anything, but it's still a good size. And yeah, no, I'm sure when this guy drops, they'll have him once. They'll have him out in a bit. Like you'll be able to find him at a Toys R Us or Walmart. Well, where I live, probably pretty easy, but.
Yeah, where you live.
You should probably you could get more of your stuff like once ages three ages 3 and up opens. You could get some of your pre-orders there and just walk in and get them.
Yeah, no, I know. Everything's so screwed up now that I don't really know like how to do anything at this point.
Hmm.
Like if I see pre-orders, like I might as well just do that because
Hmm.
I'm never gonna know. And I've been to every Walmart in Vancouver, and I mean it's slim pickings here for anything. So I
Yeah,
don't.
how many Walmarts did you go to and you only saw a few of the Netflix figures, right?
I only saw the Netflix figures at one of them in North Vancouver, and that was the last one I went to. And let me think, I went to one, two, three, four, five, six Walmarts, and I only saw
Wow.
them in one.
Hmm. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just for this figure overall, yeah, the bird mode that I'm looking at with its wings out looks super sick. The robot mode, yeah, it's all right. I do really like the beast little weird bird mode though the most, and yeah, like I don't have a big connection to this figure. Like I said, I've seen the G11, I've seen people review it and stuff, but it wasn't really in any continuity on the American side at the time. But still, pretty cool for an Autobot. Hey.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I think the price point though was kind of high for
It
me, and
is.
that's like 60 something bucks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
even more like $70 because Astro Chain's about that much.
yeah. So I think that's the reason why I didn't pull the trigger, because like I can do so much more with that $70, Transformers wise.
Yeah, you can put it towards the Japanese figure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, why not?
Well, this figure looks pretty awesome. I was pretty stoked when I saw it because it had this character's only been referenced a few times and stuff. Is the Takara? Well, Takara Mall is doing an exclusive, so it's an exclusive, but it's Super Megatron, and yeah, it is Super Megatron. Yeah, though it has a vehicle mode and a like flying plane mode, and it's just we both have it pre-ordered, so that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I first saw it, I was just like, "Meh, it looks like a hot mess." And then I saw it, more pictures of like its transformations and stuff like that, and I thought, it just started to grow on me. And then, I never thought I'd get a chance to pre-order it. And then you said you had it pre-ordered, so I was like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna check online here and see if I saw the pre-order up, so I immediately just pre-ordered and bought it." So yeah, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, no, I got lucky because I was secretly wanting it, and then the person that was getting me my pre-orders, I felt like I was kind of like not pestering them, but I kept saying like pre-order me this, pre-order me that, and I don't want to be like that to people, right? Like, but it's like when it's you're in, and then yeah, they texted me like I couldn't get a hold of you, I pre-ordered it for you, so I mean, people are looking out, but I was just like I was panicked, because I was like, man, I really want to ask that, but I'm already yelling at people, get me a Prime, get me a this, get me a that,
Yeah.
I don't want to come off of this that way, but when it's toy stuff, you kind of have to just, if you're gonna say it because it's part of the hustle. But we're just happy. We all try to look out for each other. Like you couldn't find the Mirage new Netflix figure. I grabbed it for you. You sent me the money. I mean, like we're looking out for each other, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's nice to have an extra pair of eyes, like in another city. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like at this point, that's what friends are for, right? That's what we do.
Yeah, in the collector game, and this Megatron just looks so sick. Like these other up close images someone took of it in robot mode. Yes, it has the Galvatron legs with the tank treads, but the upper half is just amazing.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, like those Galvatron knees. I just, at first I was just like, I don't care, but and then the more I look at it, the more I'm like, hey, pretty hot. Those Galvatron knees are pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard some people saying many things about it, like already, like maybe like they spent the money up on the upper half just because these they don't have all the money for these Generation Selects guys, right? So they spent the money up there and then they kind of left it. So
yeah, no, it's gonna be fun to finally get this guy a ham. What is it, third quarter, something like that? Then summer, something like that. We're gonna get this thing.
Third quarter, and yeah, I think it's based on like from that manga and stuff. They posted it on Transformers News, TF 2005 as well, and because I think he has that, like he's shooting that beam from his face. He has the different heads, so they don't have that Galvatron head, which is something to mention because that Galvatron head for this figure, the original mold, was so terrible because you couldn't turn his head and you had to like place it in there with that headmaster. It was complete trash.
Yeah. It's a sweet item. I'm kind of having to pay $100 for it is kind of annoying, but
I forgot that.
Yeah,
the price on it. I know, I forgot because Galvatron was like a $39 figure. So
right, yeah. I mean, it's still though. I mean, it's kind of nice to have an exclusive figure, and eventually I'm going to click on the website and it's going to say sold out, and I'll be like, well, I'm glad I did this. So.
Yeah, and review it right away or show it in a toy hall, do something because that'll help. And like that, one of the first people with this, that'll be awesome.
Oh, for sure. No, trust me, it's gonna be. I'm gonna film my pickup video in the parking lot. The front. That thing will be uploading as I take the SkyTrain home from the toy store. So
yeah.
on my phone.
Stream as soon as you get in there and walk out, just reviewing the figure. This is it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a GoPro strapped to my forehead.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. But yeah, well, that's the thing. The price for this guy, yeah, like if you don't have the money for it, or it's just like they are pricey to get into. But like I have that Optimus Prime, the Star one, that the Japanese one they released a little while ago, so it'll go well with that figure and stuff. But overall, like I'm super stoked. I like the look. I just like the face and the head sculpt, and the whole upper half that they've redone is just perfect.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I'm stoked. Like the alt modes, yeah, the jet and the tank mode are a little strange, but
yeah, they're a little, it's just him kind of folded in half for the most part for the tank mode. But the jet mode, at first I was just like, oh, I don't want a jet mode Megatron, and then I'm like, fine, the jet mode's actually pretty cool too. So, it doesn't take much for me to bend in the opposite direction.
No, and it does look like kind of like the movie Megatron jet mode and stuff. And yeah, I think they show it in that anime or that the manga block or manga, whatever kids are saying today. But it looks pretty cool, and yeah, it's different. But it just it'd be cool if it had more of like a weapon mode like Galvatron, but I'm happy with the way they went with it, and it looks really cool. The colors, the red just pops on it, and I spent a lot on it, but I'll be happy when it arrives.
Yeah, me too.
Well, the Masterpiece world, they're still doing masterpieces. There's some original G1 stuff on the way and some other stuff, but I kind of want to talk about this one. I actually kind of don't mind this figure. It's a Takara Tomy, obviously movie masterpiece, but it's MPM-10 Starscream. So it's Starscream from the movies. It's the chicken. It's the nacho style. They call him a nacho. He's a nacho chip. He's the chicken head, nacho body transformer. For some reason, I have the movie figures that are like you can buy in the store of these guys, like just the whatever Michael Bay formers. I do have some of these. I have like 2 or 3 Starscreams, and for some reason, I like how stupid it looks. I am a fan.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does look stupid, but I mean, the thing is this is one situation where the alt mode like kind of is the payoff for this, because like that jet is like as sweet as it gets.
Yeah, I still like that. I think I'd still say I would prefer the robot mode in a weird way, because I just think it's so quirky, and like the movie, he just was a big triangle tortilla bodied Starscream with a chicken head. You know what I mean? It was such a weird concept, but yeah, when I see the alt mode, it looks awesome. It does, like especially with all the guns they have on this one and stuff, on those one pictures, all the missiles and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
No, yeah, exactly. It's such a clean transformation. I mean, it's probably 47 steps to get it into that situation.
Oh, definitely more. It's probably a pain in the butt.
Yeah, no kidding. But sometimes I look at these Bayformers figures and I think, they're actually not that bad. Like they are really not as bad as I thought they were. Like, so it is crazy looking and it is not my thing, but I wouldn't I'm not completely against it. Like I get where it's coming from, which is unusual because like at first I was just like, nah, that ain't a transformer. That's just
it's just not. Yeah, it's a different generation's Transformers. Like these Michael Bay movies. Like if I was 8 years old and I saw that and that was my introduction to Transformers, you wouldn't know no better, and like it would probably hold a certain place in your heart, even if they look like a huge Dorito robot or whatever,
Exactly.
And I was like 2007. I was still young enough, like 19 or 20, or something like that, just to like it still had that a bit of a young impact, because it was the first time Transformers was in a theater, and like I kind of thought like, why is that a triangle chicken-headed Starscream? I was like, that's what they did to Starscream. I was so confused, but in a way, I think it has some sort of weird look to it that I don't actually mind, but. I'm not really into any of these masterpiece figures that are Michael Bay, but this one kind of catches my eye a little bit. The really sick alt mode and then the silly robot mode it's always been known for.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
And yeah, you've kind of come around on these guys a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, really, I'm surprised. It's, I'm softening around the edges when it comes to these guys. I was really against it, but I don't know. There's something about them that, there's just something about them that's, it's almost, it's like it's so wrong that it's right.
Trans. It's an acquired taste. We don't usually talk about like third party too much on here. I'm not nothing that I'm too against third party. I think they do an amazing job. Some of their stuff is so well done, and yeah, probably better quality than Hasbro with some of these things. But yeah, I am a little bit of a Puritan just to keep myself in some sort of like that's what I collect, right? I wanted to bring up Zeta Toy ZA07 Bruticon metallic version, so aka Bruticus, and I think there has been a different version of this maybe, but this is the metallic version.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is I'm thinking, but yeah, no, overall, I love this set. Yeah, the all combined, all the little vehicle modes, and it's the combaticons, the like war vehicles and a space shuttle and the separate robot modes. What do you have to say about this?
Oh, this is right. I love this. The third party stuff for me is just, this is where it's at, because they do the things that Hasbro they're not going to do. And this figure is just, it's absolutely crazy. I love everything about it. It's like, I mean, look at it. Hasbro would never release anything like this.
If they did, it would take them a decade, but
yeah, no, I mean, it's so clean. It's so like not busy. Every single thing, like every figure is amazing in its own way. Like you'd never expect something like this to even come out.
Yeah, the thing is, like, yeah, they mostly resemble exactly kind of G1-ish. They're a little different when they're all apart, but I'd say like when they're all combined, it is G1 to a T basically. Like, if Hasbro did something like this, yeah, I mean they'd have a lot to live up to, because this set is pretty amazing. Like the vehicle modes look pretty sharp, and when it's all together, I mean it's breathtaking. Like I said, I'm not too big into the third party scene, but when I see this, I'm like, wow, that's money.
Oh, for sure. And it is money, because I think this thing is like $4 if you're going to buy it. Like, so, that's the thing. You're at $400 for this. So, and I mean, when you think about it, there's 5 figures, right? So it's what, $80 a fig? Like, still, I mean, like, that's almost worth it. You know what I mean? Because when you put this bad boy together, it's money. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, I think it says upgraded combined mode headpiece with sounds, lights, upgrade back cannons, upgrade tracks on the figures, upgraded LED lights for the figures. So I mean, like, yeah, this is a reissue, I think, with the metallic, and it's also like, yeah, has some upgrade kits on it and all that, which is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, but I mean that metallic glow sheen over everything is just, I mean, that's where it's at. It's like catching a shiny in Pokemon. This is it. This is your shiny. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, this would go well with any set of Masterpiece and stuff like that.
Oh, any day. I'd love to have this if I had the room.
Yeah, this stuff it's weird. I like these type of Transformers. I also don't, because they're so finicky to transform. It's not like a figure that you want on your desk, or like you like play with a lot or whatever, just to like, interact with it and stuff. Because like, yeah, you're scared to break this. You know what I mean? Like, be pretty. When the figures are all in their like separate modes and stuff, you snap somebody's arm off and then you can't combine it or something, that'd be kind of horrific. But
oh no, for sure. I mean, and especially with third party stuff, you never know, like the quality control down the line, how well these things are put together. I mean, I know, because ordering stuff from AliExpress, that stuff is just barely, like, sometimes you wonder if it's actually even plastic. So I mean, but for over $400, that, I mean, it's not going to fall apart.
maybe, yeah. I mean, like Masterpiece figures I have, they do, like, even the Hasbro ones, like just how they are, because they're so like the plastic and stuff, like just the way you have to bend things and pop things out so precisely and stuff. It's like sometimes they're just finicky. It's not like it's made like cheap, but it's still like, it's just like how it's built. It's like, kind of higher class, and then it could easily, some of it could snap, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I'd love to have one of these figures in my hand just to see how they feel, the heft of it, and the joints and stuff, because that's really the key in anything like this. Is it may look good in these pictures, but these pictures are all just pictures, and you need to have it in hand to know whether it's worth the money.
No, totally. Yeah, I think it is. Like I said, I think I've seen people review this one, or if it wasn't this one, it was one that was very similar, and it was just the regular style colors of it. But yeah, this is coming out in July, so
yeah.
It's not something I'll probably be getting. Like I said, I'm trying to stay in that realm, of Hasbro and stuff, or Takara Tomy and stuff more than this. But I'm still highly impressed with this. And yeah, if I was rich, I'd have all these. If I could have someone to represent, have the Hasbro guys, and then the guys I couldn't get on Hasbro, to fill in for the masterpiece line, the whole collection. I would like something like this,
Oh, easily. If I had the money, I'd be dropping stuff like this non-stop.
Yeah, but yeah, I know, can't spend everything on this, but yeah, it's super cool. And yeah, if you're one of these third-party fans, this is your chance to jump on this figure again before scalpers get it. Well, yeah, that kind of does it for Transformers news-ish, on figures, because there's not a lot of news. A lot of cons are shut down. A lot of stuff is on halt, but we'll keep on it. More videos on that. We love to give somewhat of our opinion, even if we don't know everything about the figure. It's just fun. And yeah, you did a huge haul. You had your video up there. You got 15 plus sealed figures and some other figures now, but you have that video up and you showed them all. And yeah, I was pretty impressed to see that many sealed figures in one haul.
Yeah, so that was the thing. I was looking on we're stuck inside, so you peruse the internet. So I was looking up, I don't know where I came across it, but I saw a picture of this one Megatron that looked really cool. It's called Sharkticon Megatron. And it was from Beast Hunters. And I'm like, oh, these Beast Hunter figures. And so I I fell down the rabbit hole and I started looking at these Beast Hunter figures. And I thought, well, these things are pretty cool. And so, I really dug the design. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here, but they look really cool. So I started searching on the internet, how much are these figures, if I was going to buy them. And so on eBay, I found, there were 18 sealed Beast Hunter Transformers figures in literally in Coquitlam. That's just it's basically a half-hour drive from my house.
Yeah, it was off eBay, but there was in Vancouver mainland.
Yeah, in the Lower Mainland here. So I was like, So I messaged the guy and I'm like, okay, well, I know there's a pandemic, but how about local pickup so I don't have to pay delivery, any shipping? And he's like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, well, if I bought them all, would you cut me a little bit of a deal? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure. No, we'll knock some money off. And so, yeah, so I ended up with 18 sealed Beast Hunter figures. And so I'm just like, yeah, there's a couple of doubles. I think there's only 2 that I have doubles. So there's, I have 15 sealed Beast Hunter figures. And so once then I started to do the research about well, how many Beast Hunter figures are there? Could I have a whole set of sealed Beast Hunter figures?
Yeah.
And I'm 10 away maybe from having an entire sealed set. So the last thing that I did was, it was about a week ago, I ordered 5 more off of the internet, off of eBay, from another Canadian order, but it was from out east. So and I got them to combine shipping. So there's 5 off that list. So I maybe have 5 or 6 left before I have a complete sealed Beast Hunter figure collection.
You know what's weird? I did see some weird ones though. I like that because there's 2 that you had, but I swear they were different colors and they were worth a bit more unless they were did you look into that if is any weird exclusives for them or?
Well, there are exclusives. There's a couple of sets that are have 2 figures in them, and then there's the I don't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I think it's see, I have
just check here. Yeah.
There's a Bumblebee that's a different an alternate Bumblebee. There's 3 Bumblebees, and then there's 2 different Optimuses. There's the Predaking figure and an Ultra Magnus figure. There's some weird variants. But
have you seen that Black Dragon?
Yeah, I did, with the orange.
I think it's purple and black, but
geez, you're gonna have to send me a link for that. But
just now, yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, I've pretty well covered most of the figures. Like, there are some that were released only, I think, only in Japan, so I might get screwed there. But regardless, like, even if I do get screwed there, I mean,
well, I think it's a different, because like complete North American or.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, okay, yeah, him, yeah, okay. I think I have seen him. That might be, like, I don't know who that guy is.
I know I can't find a list for how, like, what exclusives are where. I just, like, when I search Google Images Beast Wars Hunter exclusives, that guy comes up.
Right, yeah. I mean, there's some that are Target exclusives, but like I have one of them already, so like, that's a done deal. There's another Canadian sale for another Target exclusive that I can get. So I mean, yeah, I'm pretty close. Like, I can easily, like,
because look at this one. I don't know how crazy it is, but there's a weird. Did you see this weird Shockwave Beast Hunter exclusive? What is it? It's a Transformers Beast Hunters exclusive Shockwave Lab exclusive.
Okay, this is a Comic-Con exclusive.
Okay.
The Shockwave Lab. Yeah, no, I have seen this one.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I think I've seen.
The box is amazing.
Yeah, I've seen them for sale on U.S. sellers, but this is the problem. Getting this from a Canadian seller would be difficult. And like, now that there's a pandemic, I'm not going to order from across any international boundary, because forget it. But yeah, like, I've seen this guy, even though it is a Comic-Con exclusive, it probably only cost me $100. So.
But yeah, this line, it's doable to collect them all. But what are you going for, sealed line or?
Yep. Completely. Might as well. I mean, this is the thing. Like, if I start, when you get 18 figures all at the same time that are all sealed, you either crack them all open right then, or you just leave them as is. Because I mean, imagine having a whole sealed set of one line of action figure. It would be crazy. It would be crazy. And I mean, like, it's not out of this world, considering I'm 90% of the way there anyway, right? So
yeah, and like, yeah, it's a subset of Transformers Prime. Hey.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the thing. They are literally remolds of the, like, Prime line. Prime line. Yeah.
Remolds, recolors.
Yeah.
Because yeah, have you seen that one? There's like an Optimus. He's like got the goo or something, or green on him and stuff.
Yeah. He's got the green on him and a big shield with the Autobot symbol on it. Yeah, I've seen that, and he's just basically exactly the same as the Prime. There's two that are almost exactly the same, and there's two in the Beast Hunters line that are exactly the same as well, but they've just got different boxes and they're just slightly colored different. Like, I think one's red and one's green, but I mean, like, these are the things, like, they're not that much. Like, nobody seemed to want these, or they're actually, like, they're new enough that they don't cost a fortune. So
yeah, they were in and out before they were like in, like, I remember seeing them on the shelves, but it was just like quick, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like I never even saw this stuff. So, I mean, it's like, I didn't know what they were. And then, 3 days later, I had 15 figures. And then, 2 days after that, I'd placed the order. I actually ended up, when I finally did order the Sharkticon Megatron, and I got a Grimwing as well. The larger
Grimwing looks cool, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that Sharkticon Megatron is one, like, it has to be literally my favorite figure, and it's in a box, and I'm not taking him out of the box. Like, I'd love to get my hands on him and take some photos, but it is the craziest looking figure, craziest Megatron I've ever seen. I absolutely love it. It literally is my favorite of all my figures.
Yeah, and another reason you don't like the oh yeah. Well, do you have any of these open? Like, do you have any Beast Hunter figures open? Yeah, so you can't even do your classic photography with them or whatever.
No, I've got 2 spares that are sealed, and I might I either trade them in for store credit at age 3 and up, or if I open them, what am I going to do with 2 open, right? Like, it doesn't it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. So I don't know what to do. Like like I said, when you have this many in such a rapid pace, getting this many sealed figures, it's just like, well, I only have one choice, and that's just leave them in their little houses.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting line to have sealed. So, yeah, it's not too old, it's not too new. It's just in that area of cheap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's in that area of cheaper. That's the thing, because like, I mean, I wanted the animated figures, and I mean, like, I'd have to sell a kidney in order to buy those. So I mean, forget it. Those things are really like they're a hot commodity, and these Beast Hunter ones are just like, I get the idea that there are places on this planet, there are toy stores where these Beast Hunter figures are actually still on shelves.
Yeah, I mean,
they just haven't sold, and they're just sitting there somewhere in some obscure toy store somewhere.
Well, if Zellers was still open in Canada, they would have it.
Yeah, I'd just go up there and buy them.
That's why I miss Zellers. It was like you could travel like back in time, like 10 years in toys, and just go in there, and like they'd have some modern stuff and some stuff that never sold.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, when they were going out of business, I bought like 3 copies of Fire Emblem for the DS for $10 each. They were on the discount rack, and I was because when Zellers was going out of business. Fire Emblem for the DS for $10. I was like, okay, well, these are immediately being flipped. Like,
God, that was around when the DS. Yeah, I don't know what year they closed Zellers. I wonder if I can look that up quickly, but
it was over a decade ago. It has to be.
I'm gonna be surprised when I see the time, but yeah. So it's nice to go back in time at Zellers, but
yeah. No, I wish there was a place like that still open, but all we have is Walmart, and
Yeah, it was such a cool thing, because it was like a Canadian thing that wasn't Walmart. It wasn't London Drugs, even though it's probably Canadian, but it was just some sort of like mixture of like you get cheap clothes and, they had video stuff and toys and like stuff for the house, right?
Oh yeah, no. It was the catch-all. It was the Canadian Tire of
Target. It was Target for Canadians years before Target existed, right? Because they changed every Zellers to a Target, but then they got shut down. Like it went out of business. Did you have any Targets in Vancouver?
Yeah, there was. I went to one out. I can't remember where it was, Metrotown or Richmond or something. But like, yeah, there was one. But I mean, like they closed them down because we have no brand loyalty to Target in Canada. So nobody shopped there, so they went broke.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. I didn't realize that 2013 it says it closed completely.
Really? Jeez. Okay, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, 2013.
I know.
Yeah.
Ceased operation 2013, so maybe like yeah, I felt like it closed sooner here, but yeah, there's Eaton's on here and all this stuff, but it's just wow, insane. But yeah, like you find Beast Hunter figures in the Zellers if they were still open was the point. We got so sidetracked with Zellers.
Yeah, sorry.
I love getting into Zellers, so that was just a sneak peek of like we could do a podcast on Zellers. But yeah, no, I'm stoked, man. You got all those figures. You're going for the full line. You got to do a collection video of that. If you haven't seen Grub Gun's video of him holding up 13 or 15 sealed or more figures, then I'll link it down in the description below. But yeah, it was pretty awesome, and yeah, and now you're getting the full addiction vibe.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I mean, if anyone can hook me up with any links to where I can find the more obscure ones, I'm very open to clicking obscure links for rare figures. So, got nothing else to do, right?
Heck yeah, always trying to look out for each other in the toy world. But yeah, super cool. Yeah, check out the video, and yeah. Well, one thing I always want to talk about was Transformers comics or kind of comics in general. I've seen some new stuff. Todd McFarlane has like a thing going, like a whatever it's called, not GoFundMe, but the other one, Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just an airhead. But yeah, Todd McFarlane has a Kickstarter out there. They're doing some original Spawn figures, and yeah, I just wondered what always was your take on comics. Are you ever into comics at all, or would you read any comics, or is that part of your deal at all? Or
well, when I was younger, I read tons of comics. I had like what's it called? Like a pre-order on comics at the comic store in Vancouver, and I would every week I'd go down and I'd pick up my stack. I'd find different
Yeah, that's
comics.
hardcore. That's the real stuff.
Yeah, no, I know. And I had like certain
And you have a
comics.
box or whatever?
Yeah, I had a box, that's right. And I had plastic sleeves, and I put them in the plastic sleeves. And then I had the cardboard, rectangle that went in there to keep them from bending. And,
Yeah.
I did all that. Like the comics I read, I never really liked superhero comics. So it was like Judge Dredd comics. They were my real go-to.
Yeah, what kind were you into?
Yeah, like I had all the Judge Dredd comics.
Yeah.
I had, God, what else did I have? Just, man.
Yeah,
I had a whole bunch of Transformers comics, and I still have like the first 10 Transformers comics that they made. Like when they first came out, I had all of them, but like when I got rid of them, I kept the first 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have those somewhere around this house somewhere. So I had all those. Did I have G.I. Joe comics? I can't remember. Or did they even have G.I. Joe?
Yeah. They had lots of comics. They were with Transformers. They were with people. Yeah, I have my G2 ones. I always want to show them up sometime on something. I still have like 4 or 5 of them. I'd love to get more of the G2 Transformers comics. I really liked those as a kid. Yeah, I was into Spider-Man a lot, actually, because Todd McFarlane was out in the 90s, and that's kind of when I was getting into comics and just his style and his take. Because before that, I'd see Spider-Man, it just kind of looked like old-timey, and then like when he started doing it, it was like, this is interesting. Mary Jane kind of looked hot, And Venom was out, and like I was a big Venom sucker, and like get Venom sucker, but Carnage and all that. It was just like the symbiotes were out. It was just a time. But I've never been into too many other superheroes. I always like Spider-Man because there was like some in depth, like he was just trying to be normal, but he had all this pressure and blah blah blah.
Yeah. I mean, there was a place called the Comic Shop here. I think it's still around, and that when I was younger, they used to have these boxes where they were just like 10 comics for $1, right? And so I would go in there like once every couple of weeks, and I would go through their boxes of 10 comics for $1, and I'd come out of there with like $10 worth of comics, and that's 100 comics, right? Or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm doing the math right, but like I'd come out of there with a whack of comics and just read all kinds of different stuff. And I did read, if I could get like a story arc in there of Superman or Spider-Man, it wouldn't matter, Aquaman, Batman, it wouldn't matter, as long as I could get the whole like story arc, so I wasn't just like reading random like mid-story adventures of like superheroes, but like all different stuff. I would always like I loved I loved it. It didn't matter what it was. I was like really down with reading all kinds of comics, and then for some reason it just stopped. I don't know. Maybe I was just turned into a snob, and I was like, no, I'm going to read books now.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's different. Yeah, you jump to the end. That's the thing. I never read one. I don't even think to this day I've read a comic book, but I it was so stupid. I only looked at the pictures as a kid and read like 2 words. So that I never got into like stories or like having to have like you're saying 1 to 2 issues. I could just jump in anywhere because I was only taking in 25% of all the work. But I was taking in 150% of all the drawings.
Right.
So I'm a more of a visual learner, but yeah, I one of those things where you're like you're a kid and you're kind of illiterate in a way, or just kind of dyslexic or undiagnosed, like just not. You just didn't have the reading support. I didn't like reading and stuff, but when I look at the images and, that was some of the stuff I didn't mind actually reading. Some Transformer stuff, a little bit of Spider-Man. What I could take in from it. It really probably did help because it was like, I didn't really like reading, but it was something I was interested in, so I was like willing to try.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's a like as a kid, I didn't know there wasn't. Like comics were just part of what you just did. Like I always had. It didn't matter what kind of comics, whether it was like Dennis the Menace or whatever, like Beetle Bailey, Spider-Man. I was reading all the comics, so it just didn't like I didn't specify on any certain collection until I got a little bit older, and then I kind of honed it down to a few different kinds. But yeah, it's I mean, now I try to read them.
When was the crash, When was the comic crash in the 90s? Because that, like, I remember it all, like, tanked, and then they were really cheap.
Yeah, geez, I can't remember. I was well beyond when I stopped reading the reading comics. I think
96. So like I was only 11, and like I was like checking out comics hardcore then, but it was all like, Spider-Man and like kind of stuff like that. But I remember in the late 90s, like, remember when you'd see comics on the rack and stuff, like in a grocery store? I think they changed some of that. They weren't allowed to do that after a while, or something happened there.
Yeah, no, always like there was always that rotating rack of comics of like 5 sides and 5 high of just random comics, and I totally remember that. Like it's weird that it's not there now. Like when you mention it, it just seems like it's so normal, but it's just gone. That whole comic thing is just turned into such a, not a niche, but it's just a specialized thing that people do now.
Yeah, the comics are gone. Even the phone booth Superman changed in are gone. It's changed. Times have changed, but there's the reason I'm bringing it up too is like Transformers. Like I said, you had some of the early ones. I remember early Transformers comics. I actually kind of liked them. I know a lot of people kind of hate on Transformers comics because they're like it's all robots, and stuff. But I mean, some of the newer stuff in that one line they had some pretty engaging stories and pretty cool stuff. That the big line that just ended, I can't remember what it's called right now. I'm just because I've never been into it much, but it was like the huge like arc they had for years, and now they're kind of starting over and doing some new stuff. So I mean, it is a time you could jump in, but that it's just I hate how you have to go to a comic shop or something. You can't just get this stuff easily,
Well, I mean, I when I first started getting back into the old Transformers, I thought, well, I know there's Transformers comics, and so I looked it up, and I thought, well, geez, I wonder if I can get these, to read like on my tablet or whatever. And it didn't take me long for me to be downloading a file that contained every Transformers comic line for the last like 20 years. So I have all the Transformers comics I need for basically the rest of my life because I just downloaded them. I stole them off the internet.
Yeah, that freaks me out. Like I looking at I forgot people could even do that. Looking at on a computer screen, like that just kind of freaks me out. But
it's at first I'm very much a purist. I like to have a book in my hand. If I'm going to read something, I want it to be made out of paper. But when you get like a 1080p scan of a comic and you just wipe your finger across the screen of your tablet and it turns the page and then you don't have to smell any musty paper ever again. Well, I'm kind of down with that.
That scares me. No, yeah, no, that's just might as well just take me out and do me old Yeller style at that point. Yeah, I could not do that, but I guess that's a thing. Yeah, that's crazy.
It just makes me think that I'm on Star Trek when I'm looking at the tab.
Yeah, I just think like, I don't know. I'm not even a huge comic person. Like in general, I have some comics here and there, and I'll collect some for cheap. But I know there's something about the smell and just everything holding it. But it's just the physical media thing. But yeah, I'm guessing if you had no choice and like people that are younger now too, that they just get into that. I mean, I guess that's a good way, especially if you're publishing a comic, everyone can get it. So
exactly.
Yeah, no. I might look into some Transformers comics and bring them up here or somewhere else on the channel, or show the G2 stuff I have off or something like that. But I'd love to talk about like they had some new ones coming out. I wouldn't mind picking up a bunch, but for me it's like ordering it online and like I said, going to that store. But I guess I got to do that if that's something I want to do.
yeah. If you're gonna be a nerd, you're gonna have to commit real hard to it. You're gonna have to go in a comic shop.
I know. I just don't want them to like pull out their phones when I get there.
Of course, yeah. That's what they're gonna do. Well,
we'll bring up some gaming stuff this week on the podcast. The new PS5 controller dropped. I know there's already been tons of videos on it, people talking about it, but I thought it's still worth mentioning just because they finally showed something. PlayStation, they've been so secretive, and they're getting a lot of backlash kind of already. So
yeah, I mean, it's nice to see them like slowly trickling out information at least.
Yeah, and what do you think of the overall like aesthetic or look?
Well, I mean, you go by the looks, and it just you of course you're used to a regular PlayStation controller, but I mean, like, it fits all the criteria of a PlayStation controller. I mean, the two thumbsticks are side by each, and sure, it's a weird shape, and it's got, the touchpad is a weird, everything looks odd, but it's still just a PlayStation controller. I mean, I have no problem with it. It probably feels better than the other one in your hands.
Yeah, no, I do like the offset more for the like the joysticks. I wish they did that because like for some reason my hands cramp on these ones, but I don't find it with the offset for some reason. I don't know what that is, but yeah, no, it does the part. I know people have said it looks like a stormtrooper. There's already jokes like how's its battery life? It looks like a boomerang.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. No, but that's the thing, is that people on the internet for some reason feel the need to completely destroy a company's design choices, like as if the company owes us anything at all, and like that any of their decisions are made based on anything that we think is cool. Like, you've got Joe Blow in his basement saying that the controller looks stupid, but the fact of the matter is that Sony doesn't owe them anything. They don't owe us anything. We're gonna buy the console anyway, and we're gonna play it anyway. So bashing a controller because of what it looks like, it is seriously the lowest common denominator of insult that you can possibly do, because if you're a PS4 fan, a PlayStation fanboy, you're going to buy it anyway. So who cares really what it looks like? And it doesn't matter to you. It shouldn't matter to you. And there's nothing you can do about it. And they're not going to change it because, 1,000 nerds are whining about it. So that's always what blows me.
Well, I mean, yeah, the enough nerds whine about it. The Sonic movement, or no? Or...
Yeah, but you see, that's, I don't know. That's a bad example, because, like, it's not a slippery slope there, because the Sonic movie thing, it did look weird, so it didn't look like Sonic. So
yeah, it didn't. It wasn't contempt. Like, it just didn't look like how people like remember Sonic. It was like so off,
Exactly. So I mean, like, in that situation, having it be more recognizable as the iconic figure that you recognized when you were a kid is different than the upcoming hardware on a brand new console. That this is the thing. Like,
that just mean enough people getting on and complaining about it. Like, imagine there's like everyone's backlashing. Do you think they would change it or no? I mean, there isn't a lot of bad backlash necessarily. But...
No, it's just that usual nonsense meme level backlash where they just like they did with the Switch controller thing, where they turned it into a little dog. It's like, and this is the thing, like,
dog face.
Yeah, the dog face. It's the same principle as that. There's nothing clever. No one's saying anything clever. They're only saying the things that they don't like about it. And the thing is when you're just a customer, you're not necessarily always right when it comes to design, like, of a brand new console and controller. Like, this is up to them. It's not up to us. So
yeah, it is getting memed. People are memeing it a lot. Like,
yeah, that's what this world is, though. Yeah. Now, if something doesn't turn into a meme within 30 seconds of its its unveiling, then I mean, then it's not. It's obviously at least it's getting a reaction from people. But this is the thing. It's not going to stop anybody from sleeping outside of Best Buy to get the first PS5. I'm completely happy with it, and I have no. It's not my place to say that the controller's ugly or it's stupid or anything. It'll be fine. It'll work perfectly. Yeah, as long as it works. What do I care?
Yeah, it's not an abomination. Even like I said, send you that meme. It actually did at first glance kind of remind me of an Xbox controller in a way. So like, I feel like if it was kind of offset, those things would have just like, for me, I would have probably, it won't cramp my hand as much. But for some reason, PS3, PS1 controllers have always hurt my hands with the two Joy-Cons like that. But I mean, that's just personal. Maybe I'm not using like just never held them right. Now I'm, always hold it like that. I don't know. Just some games like where you're clicking in on the left joystick that really bothers me. Like playing Call of Duty online, you always have to click in, click in. I know you could probably change the controller settings, but like I'd do that. I'm already confused.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to offset their thumbsticks because it's PlayStation's gimmick to have them side by
Straight.
each.
I know,
mean,
right?
like that's the thing, and I mean, fair enough. Like
Totally.
fair enough.
Yeah,
like,
no,
stick to your brand.
Bother me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Stick to your branding, or you might as well there might as well not be any difference at all. I mean, this is the thing. Like up till PS3, you could buy third-party controllers for your PlayStation that had offset thumbsticks. But as soon as they put that touchpad on it, there's no third-party.
I know.
I mean, there are, but who's going to buy a third-party controller for PS4? Seriously.
Oh yeah, well we had those ones at my work that were like $300 PS4 controllers.
Yeah,
and you could change all those things on it. But I've never seen another PS4 version controller. We've never sold one. It was just the regulars and that really expensive one.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. There's that really expensive one, and like if you're buying that, I mean, I don't know. You've committed.
People were full of themselves that bought that. They were like, "Look at me, I'm buying it." I'm like, "Yes, you are."
Oh well, yeah, but it's like the Elite Xbox controller. Like it's called Elite. You can't get any higher than that.
Elite. But yeah, no, the shape. I think just seeing this in a different color, like a neon pink, a neon green, a blue, a purple. I'd probably be like, oh my god! But it's kind of white, so I'm just like, yeah, it's kind of boring or whatever. But a yellow boomerang. I don't know. I'd be into it actually. A different color for sure. And the battery life, it's probably going to be trash again. Do you think?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if a company can like literally put out a rechargeable controller that has battery life that's less than 5 hours now. I mean, because you're just going to be annoyed. You can't.
So the PS4 one's pretty horrible. Like it's
it's pretty bad. Yeah, no, but that's the thing. But they're also only $50. I get the idea this thing, a replacement for this isn't going to be $50.
Yeah, well, they're 74 in stores usually.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about Amazon price. You can they're always $49.99 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the last time I bought a game in a video game store. I would go in and look at them and then write the name down and then go online and buy it for cheaper, right? But that's the thing. Like it's no problem to buy a replacement PS4 controller because the battery life sucks. So you always have one on the charge. But I'm not paying $90 for a spare controller because it's only getting 5 hours charge off of it. I mean, like look at the Switch. What's it called? The Switch controller, the wireless Switch controller. That thing's got, what is it? 20 hours battery life? Like just figure it out.
Which one?
The Switch wireless controller. The
Pro controller?
Yeah, the Pro controller.
Yeah,
it's got like 20 hours battery life.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's insane.
It's never died on me.
No, that's the thing. Like it won't. Like that's the thing. Even the Wii U Pro controller was 20 hours. I think I charged mine twice the whole time I ever had it. And it just seemed to never die. It's like they put the same battery in it as they put in the DS. The other battery that never died. But like yeah, this is the thing. Like nowadays, if this thing doesn't have 8 to 10 hour battery life, then that's just crazy. They'd be stupid.
Yeah, hopefully, like they better have learned from this because like I don't need it to be too long, but the PS4, man, it goes so quickly. It's like it's just what like I can't believe it. I thought my thing was broken when it first happened. I was like, it can't be dead already. Like, but I mean, having that screen and having all the lights going off on it, and I don't know if it rumbles or not, but it's a lot going on.
Oh no, for sure. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, like the battery life that we don't know about until we get one in our hands, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm completely happy. And what kind of design what is it reflecting for the design of the actual console? Because no one's seen the console yet. So this is obviously some kind of reflection of certain design concepts that the console is going to have. It's going to mirror, the console is going to mirror part, this controller in a way. You know what I mean? There's design qualities of this controller that are going to be mirrored in the console design. So what is the console going to look like? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and I'm excited for the console. I know the Xbox got hated on, and I understand why. Like, in a way, like, I mean, I think it's funny. I don't mind it, but yeah, it's just now we'll see what the the 5 looks like. But I'm interested. We'll definitely be talking about that when they drop, and yeah, we'll definitely be some of the first people to get one. So
yes, definitely.
Well, hey everyone, thanks for listening to another podcast. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. Went for a walk today, got out for a bit, and then yeah, I'll be uploading this podcast today. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Other videos in the works as per usual. Yeah, be doing some more Transformers reviews and all that stuff. We'll pick up again. Just taking a slight little, well, not to break. I'll still have videos coming out, but yeah, things will be going again with multiple videos a week as soon as possible. It's just, due to COVID and some personal things, just kind of sitting back. And yeah, but yeah, I'll be back at it soon. Just take a couple days to rest and edit and work on other things. Plan next bunch of videos. Got the Netflix figures coming out, the rest of the C-cons and all that. So look forward to that. That will all be happening very soon. But yeah, thanks for checking out this podcast. I know it was a little shorter than usual. Didn't have the VHS and memories. We still will be doing VHS and memories, like, when it's Halloween time, a horror movie, maybe more dedicated like that. So, no, I like to have the podcast actually coming out, maybe every 2 weeks. I know it's been a little spread out just due to other things and all that. But, yeah, I'd like to have the podcast coming out. And, yeah, I'll, pad it out with more stuff. I'll either add more new Transformers news or maybe more Transformer discussion-like videos, and then, yeah, also once in a while, like, they'll throw in the gaming stuff, so, yeah, I'll pad it out a bit more. Now I know without the VHS and memories how long it is, and then, yeah, pad it out. Nothing against the VHS and memories, it's fun to talk about movies, but, like, yeah, if I was doing 2, maybe just a VHS and memories every other week or something when I do it, and kind of get into that, because, yeah, I noticed some people listen, some people drop off, so I'd rather focus on other things, like more Transformers topics, and, or, discussion videos, more gaming related stuff. So let me know what you like best. Yeah, thank you for all the new subscribers, all the people from other communities that have been so friendly and nice and enjoying the content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I like doing these videos. I like doing the podcast. I like just hanging out with you guys, having a chat in the comments about Transformers. Met some really awesome people and have made some awesome friends and have tons of stuff planned, Transformers related, other things related, got some other things, also just trying to finish one gaming video, so the one gaming video a month. I know we're getting close to the 31st, but yeah, I do have something in the works, so hopefully it'll come out at the end of this month, I can't remember how many days there is this month, let me check. Today's the 25th, all the gaming stuff is done, some of the lines or whatever I'm going to use for it are done. So yeah, there's the 30th. So yeah, I'll have the gaming video out, GameCube gaming video out by the 30th. So yeah, 5 days, finish that. I think there's another Transformers review or Toy Haul video in the works, and then I'll start dropping the rest of the Netflix figures, doing Hound and Chromia together, and then I'll be dropping the C-cons, and yeah, doing all the C-cons, and yeah, doing like all the C-cons combined, and then yeah, I also have some other figures I've been getting lately that I'm gonna show off, some G1 stuff, and of course, what's her name? Yeah, when I get that Minerva anime like Transformers figure, I'm gonna show that off, and yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I hope everyone's doing well, with the crisis and everything going on. I hope you're hunkering down and doing what they say to do just to, get this over with. Yeah, then we can get back to game hunting, toy hunting. Whoa, loud car outside. Motorbike or something. I don't know. But yeah, get back to like what we do best, and yeah, collecting, and I want to do other things for the channel. Even with the podcast, those things I have. I was calling them trans topics. This is the deep cut. If you're listening to this, just so you know, you're in the deep cut zone for the podcast and me. But yeah, I was kind of calling those trans topics videos. Even I'm going to change that, and now all the discussion videos are just going to be called. Well, when I'm talking to people or about things, let's talk about it. Just fits better. And trans topics I could actually do for real trans topics or Transformers topics. I'm trying to mix in those as well, so look up for that. But yeah, let's talk about it. I have other plans for that, other guests. Yeah, I'm not trying to find like popular people and feed off them or anything. I just want to feature maybe even smaller channels like I have, like Wilbur and people like that, because then yeah, to help them out or whatever, help them grow their community and look out for them, and they're knowledgeable. And it's tough when you're a smaller channel, and I'm a small channel and I've been doing this for years, but I have so much fun. Like 1,500 subscribers, I can't believe we hit that. I mean, that's a milestone for me. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Yeah, no, I'm happy about that. Thank you so much, all the new subscribers, all the people that pushed me into that, and 15K. I mean, 2,000 subscribers soon. I think I was saying we're gonna do some giveaways soon, so look out that. You haven't done. I don't do a lot of them anymore. It's like update videos, but I'm thinking about doing a new update video, just a update video for like the hardcores, the people that actually watch it. You'll get the first insight. And yeah, how I'm gonna do the giveaways is I'll post a picture on Instagram, so make sure to follow me on Instagram. Links down below. Grubgun's links are down there as well, so give him a follow on YouTube and Twitter. But yeah, to follow me on Instagram, check out the link below. If you're already following him, then if you're already following me, then even better. And yeah, I'll do some giveaways on there. So giveaways will be dropping. Just go on there, comment, and then yeah, I'll have probably on the giveaway video, I'll add that in the description for the update video. So it'll be like giveaway plus update for over 1,500 subscribers. So I'll get on that. It's just a little, kind of waiting it out just because of COVID a bit, because of the post office. It's still running, but I've gone there. It's like, I'm waiting, a long time to get in and blah, blah, blah. It's a little hectic, but yeah, no, I'm thankful, that. I'm thankful of everyone. Yeah, probably Transformers, something related I'll be giving away, and I'm so thankful for everyone and got me here. And like I said, I just want to feature other people on Let's Talk About It and have Wilbur back. I'm gonna have Grubgun on there, so if you know Grubgun from his community or whichever, yeah, I'm gonna feature him on there and just get a more backstory and into his collecting and a spiel, and yeah, other people I'd love to have on, and just kind of Transformers related, maybe not, stuff like that. Just keeping it fresh, a gaming video at least. So many loud cars today, or helicopters. Hello, Father, I'm the helicopter. No, really, that's loud. But yeah, a gaming video a month, just trying to experiment and keep things fresh, but can I do what I do? Like, some of my Transformers reviews don't do as well, some do better, some do great. I mean, that Switch Coral, when I just talked about that, blew up. I mean, the best video I've ever had, basically, in the shortest time, most views. So I mean, yeah, if they do another Switch thing related, I want it guaranteed though. Like, I want to make sure there's a new Animal Crossing Switch, something like that, a pink coral Switch, the new purple Switch, like, as soon as it's an actual thing and not a rumor, I'll jump on, Let's Talk About It, and we'll talk about it. So yeah, I mean, more eyes on the channel. It's about growing, but the thing about having a smaller channel, a more niche channel, and being trans and not having people accept you right away or whatever it takes, then you kind of, oops, I hit my phone. I'm growing a more stable and a more like loyal viewership, and that's why I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for anyone that supported me over the years, and from Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and everything else. I appreciate it so much. The OnlyFans thing, I don't really touch on it much, and but I'm open with you guys. It's there. It's like some of my pictures got reported on Instagram, or like people were like, yeah, saying stuff. So someone like mentioned, oh, try out OnlyFans. And this is a little bit before it started to blow up and become super popular. So, I mean, I've seen some people use it, so it's like, sure, why not? And whatever. I just like to entertain. If I'm a bit of a 90s stripper, then I guess that's who I am deep inside. I mean, I thought I was when I was 12, so I just kept it in for another 20 years and not tell anyone. But, I'm here to entertain in so many ways. And the podcast, from that to doing Transformers reviews, I just want to fill so many shoes and wear so many hats and just try so many different things and just have an experience with people and connect with them. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta. The thing about it is, like, whichever way you go, doing a Patreon or something. That's why I like the OnlyFans. 'Cause I'm giving a service and blah 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 a bit more, and people are paying. And yeah, it's not for everyone. It shouldn't be for everyone. Got to be 18 plus and all that. But whatever it is in your area. But I have fun with it, and yeah, like I said, it's freeing up so much. Like, I'll be able to move on now, like with some surgery stuff. I'll be able to like take care of myself. I'll be able to like just do so much more, and I'm not using that money for figures or video games or anything, personal stuff. I've paid off some bills. I've put a ton of it into savings. Almost 3/4 of it is in savings to like get some stuff done, and I keep it up for nails and Botox and the whole works. I gotta keep this stable as possible for a while, and it's not about looks or about like how it is, but if it makes you feel good, and you gotta appear to be whatever, younger, appear to be a certain way when you're in the entertainment business. I mean, I know we're just on YouTube and hanging out and doing stuff, but gotta make it work. But yeah, like I said, I'm always trying to be real with people, as real as plausible, I try to, I'm hyper in the show, when I'm doing an episode or review, I am that person. I'm hyper sometimes. I could be worse and crazier than real life. And yeah, like, I probably, I cuss and stuff in real life, but like for YouTube, like, the rules were set in a way that I was like, well, I just want like people to be able to watch it, like not like, not their kid is watching it, but their kid could be in the room like playing on something else, and you wouldn't hear any cussing or swearing. You could just, have me on or whatever, and it wouldn't be such a big deal. So, but yeah, I try to portray as much as possible that who I am, and yeah, I'm so thankful for this community, and especially the toy community. Like I've said so many times, the toy community has just been so overly positive. The toy community has just been so overly accepting in so many ways, and I'm just like in shock from it, but so happy as well. Nothing, against the gaming community or people, but just the contrast from jumping into the toy community is like night and day. And we're just here to have fun and review stuff, and I like to try other things on the channel and review some old figures, some new figures, some other stuff, some maybe like discussion type videos. Yeah, tons of stuff, like I said, in the works as per usual. We just got to get through this COVID, and I just got to, still working on health and mental health, but mental health has been stronger and better, so just keep fighting and working each day and having this podcast out, and doing videos and Instagramming and social media and all that stuff. Keeps me busy, and, keeps me, motivated to do more, and just, yeah, it is what it is, but I get something from it. I feel like a sense of, belonging, and I just want to share my experience and promote happy, and try to be as positive as you can. We got to deal with real things from time to time, but try to be as accepting as you can, as long as no one's getting hurt and stuff. I know it's hard for some people to see all these sides and stuff, but it's all about learning and growing and all that stuff. But before I ramble on too much, like I said, thank you for the 1,500 subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the loyal and old subscribers. The viewership here, I am so thankful. Giveaways in the mix. Look out for an update video in the next week or two. More podcasts, more Transformers reviews, all that stuff. Like I said, might be 1 or 2 videos out for the next week, and then we'll get back into videos every other day or every second or third day. So take care as always. Stay strong. Take care of yourself during this COVID. And yeah, I love y'all. And yeah, thanks for the support. Take care. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Bye.